What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all? I am here with
Jazzy Gates.
Tell the people who you are and what you do. Yeah, that wasn't the first question. Okay, that's actually the first question.
I'm Jazzy Gates. I'm a multi-talented artist. I can do whatever that comes to my mind. I could write a song. I could write you a poem. I could film something for you, or I could edit it and give it to the next genre.
Interesting. So, what is this chapter in your life called?
This chapter in my life, I want it to be called Reset.
Why reset?
Reset because I need to reset. I need to evolve into a different type of person. Like the old leaves are falling off and I'm trying to blossom like spring.
I feel that.
I should call this spring. I'm springing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what lesson is life teaching you right now? You actually get the upper hand because you get to see me pull the questions.
Oh.
But,
Life is teaching me stay 10 toes, for yourself, because all you really got is yourself, like in your human body. That's all you really got. Can't nobody fix you but you, literally, unless you need some medicine, but the body heals itself still.
So when you look at a cup, is the cup half empty or half full?
The cup that's empty?
A cup that's filled halfway. Is it half empty or is it half full?
It's half full.
Why you say that?
And it's half empty. Something's missing, but something is there.
Why
So, do you want to add to it? Or you just want to leave it stagnant and balanced? It's all about, do you want to overflow it too? Do you want to spill it? Or do you want to hand that cup to somebody else and have them drink it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you impress or inspire?
Impress or inspire? I probably inspire a little bit. I probably inspire. But I probably impress people too, because I probably not even think the words that I say are coming out of my mouth. So let me impress to inspire you to be.
I like that.
Who you could be.
I actually like the answer, because it's like, ain't nothing wrong with impressing people.
Yeah. As long as you got some confidence. That's what really matters, your confidence. Yeah.
Everything, because I'm gonna make this conversation go deep. Haha. What is the relationship between happiness and success, and how can one lead to the other?
What's the difference between happiness and success?
I'm
gonna hear it again.
What is the relationship between happiness and success, and can one lead to the other?
Well, first you have to be happy. You could be successful. That's the first thing you could be, is successful. You could be successful, mad, angry, sad. But you have to gain some happiness a little bit, depending on what you're doing. So, the relationship has its pros and cons, but you have to make the best pros out of the cons of the happiness and the success.
I get that. Makes sense. So, how do you find inspiration in everyday life and the world around you, being an artist?
How do I find inspiration? I try to inspire myself. Everybody got their own ways. Like, everybody got their own flows, what they gonna do in their life. You can't do what somebody else gonna do. If you do, you can, but you still gonna have a little different in it. So, you gotta be your own motivator sometimes to inspire yourself. It's all about self-love, kinda.
I feel that.
But you want somebody to love you too, right?
Always. Like, I feel like in order for us to, like, we thrive off human connection. So, like, even if we don't want validation from other people, we still want validation from other people.
Yeah, we always want. Sometimes, yeah, and that's the problem. That's why opinions matter, but they don't matter. Because if you asking somebody, you're already unsure, or you just want validation, so you can hear somebody saying, "Oh, that's good," or you want somebody hearing, "Oh, I think you could work on that," just so you can have some what to do next.
I feel that. So, what is a toxic trait you have?
Oh, shoot. Toxic traits.
Yeah, we gotta be honest with ourselves over here. fully through.
It's like, all right, toxic traits.
I would say one I have is that I'm antisocial as hell. Like, I will walk in a room and not give a fuck about who up in that motherfucker. Like, I just...
Some days, like, I just don't be caring some days. That's my problem. My toxic trait is probably laziness.
Is it lazy or procrastination?
Procrastinating and not finishing something that I started.
How do you, knowing you have the toxic trait that you have, how do you hold yourself accountable?
I hold myself accountable by doing the most I can every day. But I feel like I could do more and more and more and more. Because I'm not where I want to be.
So where do you want to be?
A successful superstar.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. A successful superstar. Doing superstar moves and living a superstar dream. But I gotta put this in work.
Man, it requires, like... But I would think, I truly believe in my heart that hard work doesn't
pay off
as much as working smart to do. Because if you set yourself up, if you work hard by working smart, okay, so what I've been saying to myself lately, like, efficient processes versus effective processes. You can do a whole bunch of stuff that work, but if they work for the moment. But if you don't do something that work more over time, then it's like, what the hell did you do? You ain't got shit to show for it.
Right.
So it's like, for instance,
you gotta make it make sense.
Yeah, like for instance, like now, we being young, we can start a passive income business right now, and it'll make us money right now as we young, and it'll keep generating money as we grow older. Like, especially if it's something that people can live off for decades. Like that'll be something that we can make money off of. And when I say passive, I'm talking about like, it could be a book, it could be a song, it could be something creative, something that you don't have to keep making more of. But then it's like, if you right now you working is effective. So it's like you working a 9 to 5, and it's like, so you dedicating your time to this every day. Eventually you're gonna get tired of that same job. That's why our generation job hop all the time. But it's like the skills that we learn here is more efficient because it's something that we grow with all over time. But it's also something that we can build on, and it can help us build that generational wealth. So now my next question to you is, let me turn this down. What does spirituality mean to you?
What does spirituality mean to me? Spirituality is like, oh man, I never really had that question. I mean, your spirit is in your body. So we're just a body. But we're created by emotions, you know?
By emotions,
mental, physical,
and spiritual.
That's the spiritual thing, though. All that together is basically spiritually. So
what do you believe? Like, what do you have faith in?
Like in myself?
Like, some people believe in God, some people believe in Jesus. Me personally, I believe in God, guiding our direction. I don't know who guiding our direction. It could be my ancestors. It could be Jesus for all I know. I don't believe that it's Jesus, but for all I know, it's whoever, whatever. But I just know we being guided. That's what I believe.
Yeah, we're definitely being guided. I think God be around, but I ain't trying to see him today, or but it's like I haven't physically seen you to have to believe in you. I know we all have good days, we all got bad, but we all pray to somebody. I feel like sometimes that's a mind controlling thing, though.
With the Bible, or just belief, period.
Just to believe, so it's like the world was made to have people believe in somebody or something, so they can't lose their faith. Like kids believe in Santa and Easter Bunny.
I get that. So it's like having people believe something outside of themselves so that they can be relevant. They can stay
not
relevant.
Be relevant, so they can have some type of faith.
I get that.
Cause a lot of people be down, but they pray, but they're really just speaking positive affirmations on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But who you praying to? They pray to God.
For sure. But back to my original question: what is God to you? Like, what is that? Is it the Most High? What?
God, Jesus, and God, and
it just is.
God. It's God.
I feel it.
The regular one.
So, do you believe that music is spiritual?
Yeah, because that's the emotions, and you can feel that type of pain or that happiness or that anger. You can really express yourself by music, literally.
So when you make music, how do you put your life story in your art?
I just speak some true stuff, though. I just speak what's true. Sometimes I speak what they want to hear. Sometimes I might just say whatever I feel like it. But, yeah.
What is the most important lesson you've learned from the past failures or setbacks in your creative journey?
Don't give up, Everybody has those days. But I mean, what else we got to live for?
I get that. I wouldn't say it like that, but I do get it.
Like what we,
Cause like,
what we got to lose?
For sure. Like, only thing that we got is time. So it's like
we have nothing but time till our time is up. Then
literally.
what? What's after that? You can't do nothing while you're dead.
You sound like my grandma. She said, when you're dead, you're dead.
You is.
Personally, I believe that
you can still have tributes to songs and songs you haven't released, but that was a alive you.
Yeah, I get that. Me personally, I believe in reincarnation, and I also believe that it's spirits that walk the earth that didn't pass on to be reincarnated yet. They just walk around on the earth, and that's the reason why, like, a lot of people that be vibrating lower, they don't some stuff happen in their life that they don't remember. It's because those entities take charge of their body when they vibrate that low.
See, I like to see things and stuff. I can't believe it if I don't see it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I be trying. That's kind of delusional,
I mean, me personally, I'm a person that build a principle on. That live by the principle of believe it to see it. So,
believe it to see it?
Yeah, so it's like, because I know this is possible, because I've seen it happen to other people, I'm going to believe it. And then if I keep believing it, then eventually it's going to come.
Yeah. Manifesting.
For sure. So what does manifestation mean to you?
Manifesting. Good. The power of the tongue is very powerful, The tongue is very powerful, so just speak a lot of positivity in your life. We get mad and shit, but calm your nerves as much as you can. Hard out here for people.
Man, is it? How do you cope with criticism and feedback, both constructive and negative? How does it influence your creative process?
like creatively things.
Like, how do you deal with people that give you negative feedback, or constructive or negative feedback?
I'm like, I probably ain't put my all into it anyway. I can though, but can you do it better? And if you can, I'm glad I pushed you to do better than me with my own things. You got a smart mouth. But you know, I take it for what it is and try to do better. But people's opinions just opinions, you know. You really have to remember that, because that could scoop you to a low level, caring about what other people think a lot.
I feel that. So, what is something that you do that other people may look at you like you're weird?
I don't know. I don't do nothing weird.
You may not look at it as weird, but other people may look at it like it's weird. Because me, I talk to myself.
Everybody talk to themselves.
Everybody don't talk to themselves.
I mean, you know, but that's common. Somebody talking to themselves. What do I do weird? I be chilling. I don't know. People in America are weird. So, I don't know.
Legitly. People
Whatever I feel like I do is kind of normal. I ain't out here, you know, looking up crazy stuff and doing crazy stuff. So, I'm kind of chill. I'm crazy, though.
If you could have a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Tupac.
Why?
Because he was a great man. He just was like him. He was him.
I feel that. He
was definitely him.
I quote him a lot. Like, what I really like is the fact that he said, I'm tired of people playing roles. We need real models. And it's like, I feel like he really gave that. Did you know that in the Juice movie, he embodied that role? Like, they didn't even have a set script. All they had was the characters for real, and they improv that whole movie.
Wow.
Because the script was made in the 70s, but the movie was made in the 90s.
Right.
So it was like they literally improv that whole thing. They personalized the characters and they embodied it. Wow. And I feel like he did an amazing ass job.
Facts. He said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about my kid. I don't give a fuck about this.
You can cuss on him.
I don't know the lines for real. He said, I don't give a fuck about myself.
Man, like, when I tell you, like, he embodied that shit. When you really think about it, the way that he embodied it, you could see why his life turned the way it did. Because with a lot of his acting roles, he became the character because that was a literal part of his life.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, that's tough for real. What would you want to talk about with him though? If you was to have a conversation with him?
What would I want to talk about with him? I'm like, man, let's talk about how we gonna get me to the top. Because you there, but I ain't saying I need a little help.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, come on, mama. I was like, yeah. And I would just live, you know, like not giving a fuck like he do. Don't give a fuck. I could give a fuck and be rich. I gotta give a fuck right now because I ain't rich. But
I mean, shit.
a little bit.
I
don't have to really give a fuck.
For me personally, I don't like.
I don't give a fuck, but it's like you have to have a little bit of manners, or you know. I just want to act how I want to act, and that's like the fuck. He cool.
What's the most significant event or experience that has shaped who you are today?
What?
What is the most significant experience or event that shaped you to who you are today?
Like traumatically or something?
Anything.
Oh, I've been through a lot. All the traumatic things have made me into a better person.
That wasn't a question though. I like how you redirected. But that ain't what the question. The question is, what is the most significant event that happened? Like for me personally, like my birth within itself was significant because my mom, she had like 9 operations on her head when she was a baby. So she was born as a water baby. And you know the babies with the big heads. I'm gonna show you.
It's like her mama pushed her out in the pool.
Mm-mm.
It's great, dark.
I know. It's gonna die. It wasn't this big though.
Oh, I get it.
But it was like probably like something like this type shit.
Yeah.
But that's how she was born. Like she was born as a water baby, and she fell on her head, so she wound up having to have like 9 operations on her head when she was a baby.
Yeah.
And then, mind you, she wasn't supposed to live past 11 years old, but she wound up. She's still alive. She in her 50s, going on 60 in some years, and she got 3 girls. But me being her firstborn, I guess she forgot she was in labor or didn't know she was in labor, because mind you, her first child, she didn't know what the experience was like, and in my family we don't talk about it a lot. So she wound up having me in the bathroom, and it wasn't like one of those I'm gonna have you in the tub type of things. She thought she had the boo-boo or whatever. She was sitting on the toilet, and my grandma came. She said, "You finna have that baby, get up, let's go." And then the moment she got up, I came out.
What?
So what is the most significant event or experience that has shaped who you are today?
You said what?
What is the most significant event or experience that has shaped who you are today? Something that that happened that you will never forget, but made you who you are.
I don't want to speak about it.
We can go to another question. All right, so what's your proudest accomplishment, and what did it teach you about yourself?
My proudest accomplishment was accomplishing everything that I've done.
Your ability to not answer these questions is wild to me. How you gonna answer the question with the question?
Don't answer it. Everything that I've accomplished in life, you know.
What is something that you did that you proud of? Like, it could be graduating high school. It could be
graduating all these schools, and oof, I need to be accomplished or something. I feel like that's old accomplishments. I need new accomplishments.
What do you find success in? What is success to you?
Making some money. Trying to find some money. Trying to make myself happy. I've been on this little workout thing. So, yeah.
What does happiness look like for you? Like, how do you define happiness?
How would I define happiness? Being able to wake up, get in my car, drive off, and be cool. Going where I want to go, buying what I want to buy, doing what I want to do. Look at how I want to look.
The freedom.
Freedom. Gotta have some money though.
I mean, not necessarily. Like, like to do all of those things, you need to have money in your pocket.
Yeah.
But to be happy, actually, I ain't even gonna tell you that. Can money buy happiness?
It can buy mine. A little bit, yeah.
You entitled to feel how you. I ain't here to argue it.
Yeah, it can buy mine.
It's just funny how you answered it. Like, it can buy mine. But yeah. I definitely understand that, because like me personally, like I'm not where I want to be because I don't have all I need to have. Like, I'm still living with my grandma in the same room I've been in since I was like 17 years old, and I can't stand that shit. Like, we live in a damn basement, And when that motherfucking basement flooded this like in July,
you told me about that.
When that shit flooded in July, it showed me my heart. It showed me my character. It really showed me what I value. Because like I'm mad you. My pops, he been said, get your ass up out that water. He said he don't give a fuck about none of that shit that was floating away. He said, get your ass up out that water. Because it's like, what I value, like, regardless of me watching all my stuff fall, what was more valuable in that moment was me and my grandma, my little sister, and the girl that was with us. And it was us getting up out that water, because if the water kept rising how it was, we could have got electrocuted.
Right.
And it was like, it was the thing where I'm trying to make sure that my stuff don't get damaged and this, that, and the third, when I'm not even considering that as a possibility.
Right.
That's why, like, we was just talking about this earlier, but they, like, I don't know if it was Kevin or Robert that said this, but they said that the thing is the father structure in the house, like that sense of discipline. Like, if I didn't call my dad that day, me and my grandma and my little sister, we would have stayed down there waiting in that water. Like, when we were on the water, didn't go as high as the light sockets and stuff, but it still was high enough to be like, hey, get the fuck up out that water, because you don't know what's in the water at that.
Yeah.
So it's like, knowing that shit like that happens, like that was a real character builder for me. Like, and the question I just seen, it said, what are some of your fears or insecurities, and how do you work to overcome them? Like, mine was that I held on too tightly to things, people, places, and things that didn't really matter for real. Like, I had that clinginess to stuff. So it's like, I would say that's one of my insecurities, because like that flood was like one of my biggest fears, and it happened. It was like, damn.
Yeah, I feel that. It's just a lot to grasp, and then you gotta deal with it after. But you still gotta have like a good mental state.
And I would say it was more so like, it was prayer that really got me through it. Because mind you, this not even a book bag I had. I just got this book bag. The book bag that I had, it fell in the water. Mind you, it had this in there. It had my hard drive and my hard drive packed up in there and stuff. Then it had all my paperwork that I was like writing stuff on. Like, my whole book bag had got wet. I sat there in that water and I prayed. I prayed more than I ever did in life. Like, my grandma, she always said pray. I ain't know how much prayer works till that shit happened. And I was like, God damn, cause like, sure enough, that it worked, because I'm able to use this, no water damage. I'm able to use my drives, no water damage. Yeah, they had got a little water in them, but it wasn't enough to where it corrupted all the integrity of anything.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, that's a blessing, because like, I could have lost everything that day, but if I would have just kept that book bag, I was okay, because that's where I'm building from. It ain't even like I'm losing like all the pictures and all the material shit. Like, I even watched. Let me tell you the hardest part. The biggest part about that flood was the fact that I had just went washing a day or two before.
Damn.
And me, I'm the type of person where I'm gonna leave my clothes in the bag until I get ready to take them out.
Right.
So they was sitting right there on the floor, the bag, and I watched all those clean clothes I had just washed float all across the house. It ain't even like it was floating across my room. That shit went everywhere. That shit is the worst, but it's so humbling. Like, what it did was it opened me up to be more vulnerable to life. Like, I stopped trying to be so hard in my shell, and I started opening up. Like, that's when I really started taking this serious with my YouTube channel and stuff. Because like, when we talk about generational wealth and the things that like making money and doing different things, it all comes with consistency. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you find something that you can do consistently and you enjoy doing it, everything gonna come to you. But you have to lock in and
stay
focus.
Consistent.
Yeah, and focus on what you really want to grow. Like, and and that's something that I like when I got these questions. That's something I really took into consideration. Like, how can I inspire people to be more inspirational? Like, for instance, like something that I truly want to do. Everybody that I have a conversation with, that I encounter, like in life, period, I want to make $1 million with. Like, it's so simple to make $1 million. You just have to have the right things put in place to make $1 million. Because if you sell something for $5, 550 times a day for 365 days, you had $1 million in a year.
Dang.
And then like it's another one that say $10 280 times a day for 365 days. That's $1 million. $300 a day for 365 days is $1 million. $100 three times a day is $100 3 times a day, 365 days. That's $1 million. So it's simple. It's all in math. But it's like we have to be open to figuring out what we passionate about and what we can dedicate our life to, and really lock in and do that. So my question to you that I see right here is, what do you do in your free time, and how can you incorporate more time of these activities into your life?
What I do in my free time?
What do you love to do in your free time?
Have fun. Like, do fun things.
What is fun?
Like, activities, adventurous things.
You ever did shrooms? Would you ever try shrooms?
Yeah, I would.
I had shrooms before. It was a wild experience.
Really?
It was a very sexual experience, not gonna lie.
Really? I'm scared.
It's nothing to be scared about. I feel like what was more scary was waking up the next day with a level of consciousness that I have. I saw some shit and it scared the fuck out of me. But
What?
if anything, one thing I can say, if you're scared to open up and you're scared to trust people, like, and you're scared to like tell your story and like really live in that, shrooms will bring that out of you, and it will be traumatic experience, because what it is it's heightening your senses. It's literally trying to bring that about of you. But then it's like, what makes it traumatic is you trying to keep it in and it's trying to pull it out.
We should have took one.
What, shrooms? That'd be wild. that would be something different. I want to try micro shrooms though.
I've been seeing the little cones, the little ice cream cone shrooms.
Never had those.
No.
But I had like a whole handful of them one time. That was my first experience. I had a whole handful of them. Then we smoked some weed after.
What?
Yeah, and that was the sexual experience, the very much sexual experience. But then I had microdosed at a job I was working. But we waited until after, like, the morning rush. The rush calmed down because we was closing. So it's like we waited till that big rush came, and then we tried it, and that shit was weird. Like, it was weird as hell. It was a weird ass experience.
That's like a hella grams if you trying a handful.
No, that was the first one. I'm talking about the microdosing. We did that after work, and that was interesting. That was an interesting experience only because it wasn't as big as when I took the handful of shrooms, but it was still that powerful. Like, I was in that motherfucker like this.
That's crazy.
Cause it's like, mind you, it's only 2 of us in the store. This whole big ass, like, mind you, like the store probably like this room and that room is big. Like, just like that room, there's these 2 rooms, and then like it's just me and her in this motherfucker, and then I'm just like, mind you, I never really microdosed those shrooms, so I didn't know how the feeling was. So I'm just in that bitch like, it's like a whole different type of high. It's not something scary. I would say, because my first experience was too heavy for the first time, I would say try microdosing first, so so that you can recognize the feeling, and then
What's too many terminologies?
microdosing is just like smoking a little bit of weed at a time instead of smoking a big ass ounce. So it's like, think of microdosing like keep on getting dubs or like Starbucks. You keep smoking Starbucks, right? And then like the big handful will be like you get an ounce and you just smoke that shit. Just smoke the shit to the head. Like it's like when you used to just smoking the one little Starbucks, like that's all it is. Like,
okay.
It ain't nothing too much. I do think they overcharge for that shit though, because a lot of people don't have it. So what does generational wealth mean to you?
Generational wealth is generational wealth, literally, from your ancestors to the OGs.
What is it? Like,
generational wealth, building successful businesses or accomplishments to pass on to your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, just family. Pass to your mama. But you gotta make it mean so, and it has to be profitable.
I can see that. So would you say you are a product of your environment or a commodity of your environment? Are you a gold bar or are you a gold chain?
A gold bar. I don't get it.
Okay, so like a gold bar. So if you got a bar of gold, you can take that gold bar and you can exchange it. Like a gold bar is worth more than a gold chain because it's an asset. You can melt it down and create things out of it, or you can use it to fund a whole bunch of stuff. You can you can actually melt it down and break off pieces of it and sell it like that. Like that's if you have a gold bar. But if you have a gold chain, that means it's a product, so you wear it. You wear it as a gold chain and you flash it. So it's like it's not necessarily like something where you making money off of. You're just wearing it. You just have it to have it. That's why I say, are you a gold chain or a gold bar?
Probably a gold chain. I need to be a gold bar.
Why you say that?
Your definition just explained it.
and it's nothing wrong being a product of your environment, truthfully, because it shows that you take pride in where you come from, and that's you. I would challenge you to get hop in your bag and become a commodity, because you are a valuable person. I truly respect you. That's why I asked you to be because like we all have an inner light inside of us, and we have to let it out in order. Like Tupac said it. He said that we all have this light inside of us. God give us this light. We didn't ask for it. So it's like in us, in God, knowing that God give it to us, understanding that God can take it away from us too, just as fast as it was given to us.
Yeah.
And if we don't use it, we lose it. So it's like, that's why you have a lot of people where you have this amazing ass idea. You know it's the one. You feel it inside of you. But then you sit on it for so long and you do nothing with it, then you find out that somebody stole it.
Right.
And it's like, damn. But that's the light. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
And God be knowing. Like God real life be making us like putting those situations in our life to make us get off our ass and do shit.
Facts.
So my question to you is, if you could be any animal, land or sea, which would you be and why?
Lion or a tiger?
Which one?
Probably a tiger.
Why?
Probably a lion.
Why would you?
Because they powerful. Because they powerful. Probably a tiger. That's like my Chinese symbol thing. Probably a tiger. Because they just powerful. And when they come hard.
And you know that they here. They make sure, and it's like, and they so bright and vibrant.
Yeah.
Mine is a Black Panther.
Why?
For one, that black. I like to wear black a lot. I like to be like, I'll be cool with being in the corner, not being seen, just observing, soaking in everything. Then and then when it's time for me to go in, I want to go straight in, like observe exactly where I want to target, and then go for it. Like don't and not worry about nothing else. Like that's how Black Panthers hunt. They sit in the bushes, and they sit in the bushes, and you don't even know you being watched. They watch, they observe all your body language and everything that you do, and then they go for it. So it's like, damn, that shit powerful. To be able to sit with yourself that long to where you only make calculated risks. Like you don't waste your energy too much, because you know what your end goal is, so you just go for it. And you
already observed what you needed to learn and
exactly
what you need to see. I feel that.
What's your favorite color?
Anything that look good on me. I'm serious. I like all colors.
What is the meaning of life, and how do you personally find meaning in your own life?
What is the meaning of life? Yeah, you're born. That's life. Then you got the dash.
What's the dash?
The dash is between your born date, the dash, or death date. The dash is the only thing that matters. That's life. That's the life.
I get
and
that.
Life is whatever you make it and create it to be. And better.
I truly believe that sometimes in life we get stuck in survival mode.
Yeah.
Like, and I take heed to what DMX said about that in his song. He said that let me look at it because I don't want to quote it wrong. He said to live is to suffer, but to survive. But to survive means to find meaning in the suffering. So to live is to survive. To live is to suffer, but to survive means to find meaning in the suffering. And I truly believe,
because you survived the suffering things and you made it better.
You made it mean something.
You made it mean something, yeah. You made it mean something, and you lived through it.
And it's like I really take heed to DMX, period. Because I really take heed to DMX. Like him being here for the time he was here, like that man was so powerful in his words. Like I take heed to the Drink Champs interview when he said the thing about trust. He said that when it comes down to trust, you have to trust someone. Like you may not like it, you ain't gotta like it, you ain't gotta love it, but you have to trust someone in order to get to where you want to go. Like you have to trust someone. Like even if you make $1 million today, you gotta trust the bank, but you gotta trust in the fact that you can see them well. So it's like, and you knowing that you putting your money in this bank, you know that you gotta trust in the fact that they gonna do whatever they want with your money. And when taxes come, they're gonna do whatever they want with your money. But you gotta trust in that. You have to trust in the fact that you can see them well. Like when he say like trust in the fact you can see them well in that scenario, it's like, where are you investing your money? Because if you know that when you put your money in the bank, they're gonna invest your money. The smarter thing to do would be for you to invest your own money. So now, even though you are keeping it in the bank, you're not keeping all your money in the bank, because now you're dividing your assets. That's where it goes back to that gold scenario, where you take that gold bar, you break off pieces of it over time.
Right. You
can now sell it. Like, you ever seen Money Heist? When they melted all that gold, and they found out they knew it was easier to carry in the pellets rather than to carry as the gold bars.
Right.
So it's like, if you break it out into those little bitty pieces. I think of those little bitty pellets of one gold bar as investments that you can make.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to trust in the fact that you can do things like that. You don't necessarily have to trust anyone. You just have to trust in the fact that you can see and do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like you need to do. But I don't know how I got into that. But if you could change one thing about the world, what would it be and why?
One thing I would change is one.
It could be 2, 3, so whatever.
One thing I would change, everything be free.
So what does freedom look like?
I'm not done. Everything be free. Everybody love everybody. No judgment. No problems. No rain. I mean, we can have a little rain. No flood. No
We
snow.
do need rain.
Right, we need rain.
That's how we get our food.
Yeah. Summer. Like everybody can love each other. No hatred and no judgment. And everything will be kind of free.
Like that. Because I understand that. Mine would be the same thing, but I say unity. I say, like, I truly wish that us as people, we would come to the realization that we stuck here with each other. Like, truthfully. Like, and the people that we meet along the way is our tribe. And it's like, when it all falls down, all we got is each other. Because tomorrow, they can say all the money that we thought was valuable. They can take the signature off the dollar, and now it don't mean anything. But now we just gonna be a whole bunch of people stuck, like not knowing what to do next and all of that. But it's like if we have each other, we won't have to worry about any of that because we have food.
If we didn't have any money, what do you think we would use to pay for things?
That's the thing. We only have to pay for things because of money. Like when you go to like foreign countries and stuff, they trade. Like they trade goats. Like they literally trade animals. They do bartering. Cause like that's what money was at first. It would be like, okay, you want this, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean you have this, I have this. You want this coffee. I may need this to do the video, right?
Right.
You want the coffee, I want this. We just made a whole exchange. We both got what we wanted and needed from the situation.
What if I just want a little bit and I just need you could just borrow that?
That's why they introduced money. Because you caught a lot of situations like that where you can't switch. Like if all you need is 4 eggs, you don't need a whole chicken. You just need the 4 eggs. But a lot of people would barter with that. They would give you the whole chicken. And then you can't even do what you need to do, which is why they introduce stores and all of that stuff, so that you can get what you need to get for money. Which is like, don't get me wrong, it's smart, but to what end do we have to suffer in order to live? Yeah. Like I truly believe that we get into a point in life where we finding happiness in living, and we moving out of survival. Because you have like when I think of survival is like that's what poverty is. So it's like when you're looking at the cup as half empty. So if you look at the cup as half empty, you're okay with surviving. You know that this works. I'm gonna keep doing this until it works, and I'm gonna find something. And when this don't work anymore, I'm gonna find something else to do. Okay, cool. But then you have people that's living where they gonna make it happen regardless. They don't have to worry about where it's gonna come from. They don't have to worry about. They don't worry. They don't doubt. They don't question. They just allow everything to be what it is. And they allow the flow of everything to flow. And it's like that's what I've been learning a lot about life. Like
you gotta let things flow.
Like for instance, this question is say, what is the role of art in society, and what do you think makes a piece of art truly great? I truly believe like what makes art great, especially when it comes down to music, is when you creating from a pure place. When you're doing things purely. Now you're not doing it because you want to get money off of this or all of that. Are you doing it because you truly love
From
doing
your
it?
heart, right?
Because like Lauryn Hill, she said this best in one of her songs. She said that it was actually in her unplugged album. She said that she loved what she did so much to where now like when she made the album to that point where she made that second album, it was one of them things where she despised it. She let her survival instincts make her despise the thing that she loved living from. She loved the lifestyle of the music, but it put her in such a bad survival mode that she dreaded the experience itself. That's why she didn't show up to a lot of her shows. That's why she became chaotic the way that she was, because she literally hated the experience, because life made her survive in something that she once loved. Because she was creating to pay the bills. She wasn't creating because she loved the art.
Right.
And that's why you have a lot of people that go on tour now that solely want to just go to make more money. They not doing it because they love doing it. They doing it because they have to. Like, and that's the part of creating that I really want to get out of. Like, doing it because I truly love doing it, not because I have to.
It's all about a check.
Yeah, because it's like then once you get the check, then what? Because then that's where you have Ice Spice. Like, the girl had to show her ass on stage just to remain relevant.
I don't even know what she did.
I'm pretty sure you saw her Betty Boo outfit.
I don't really pay attention to Shorty.
Man, like, so she made that song. I mean, she made that song and she got a whole bunch of clout off of it for her body, right? So now, whenever she build whatever, she can't even see it properly. She did a whole concert like that, like legitly.
Ice Spice took a classic turn with her Halloween look this year.
Like in the front, her whole pussy out, and in the back, her whole ass out.
Ice Spice took a
So it's like you could tell she's like her and Sexy Red too. You could tell they make it for money. They now make it because they actually love what they do. Like, and it's so many people like that. Even with Blueface, like we were just talking about Blueface and Krishan. Like, you have all of these people that create to remain relevant. They're not doing it because they truly love what they do, because they never really even found what makes them who they are. Like, and I feel like it's okay to be there, to like be at that awareness about who you are, but I also feel like what's not okay is staying there. Like, once you're aware to that part of you, it's staying there and be like, oh, this is who I am. Like, right. No, like it's okay to grow. Like like we were just talking about this earlier. Like, trees go through a season of death and rebirth. They rebirth during the spring and they die during the fall. Right now the trees are dead.
Right.
It's cold outside. They dead. They can't do anything but just be there. And it's like, but they also come alive again. And then us as women, our period is that same way. Our period is when we die and come back to life again.
We be dead.
Damn near for real. We be feeling like this shit.
Facts. We be dead to the motherfucker.
But it's like, what it is your uterus, it sheds everything and it rebuilds everything again. So it's like, because you didn't have a kid, it has to do that. And to make sure that you're able to have a kid again, it rebuilds itself.
Wow.
I took a doula class, so I learned a lot of this shit. But like, I ain't gonna keep you there too much longer. I do want to know, what do you want to be remembered for, and what do you want your legacy to be?
I want to be remembered for being this awesome ass superstar. The superstar, you know, that makes people happy, you know, with a lot of love. And, you know, remember me as being this great person, basically.
A growing person.
A growing person. I can't grow from dead.
One more question, because I feel like I asked you that again. How do you see yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years? And what steps can you take to align with that vision?
Oh, I can see myself just living the dream that I want to be, but I have to be consistent. I feel like I need a mentor a little bit, a little motivational person would be all day. Not all day, but I need some motivation sometimes. I need that all the time. And a mentor.
How do you motivate yourself?
Tell myself to go do it. Go do that shit. Like I motivated myself to go to the gym today.
Shit, that's all you need.
And I made videos, but I didn't do the TikTok because I didn't like the way I looked. So I didn't post that on TikTok. But
What
yeah.
I would suggest,
I need
just do it. Just do it like Nike. And I say that because I'm finna show you my first YouTube video. My first YouTube videos was in my bed, and all I did was turn the camera on.
You said what?
I said my first YouTube videos was in my bed, and all I did was just turn the camera on and just start recording, talking about shit that I saw in videos. Like it wasn't even like my philosophy. It was just like Grand Rising. It's Assata's tip of the day. So I'm gonna read this quote I just read. Limitations live only in our mind, but if we use our imaginations, our possibilities become limitless. This my dreams were like little as hell. This book is amazing. She say, don't let someone who don't have the power to tell you yes, tell you no. Like, we tend to seek validation from people that didn't do the work that we did to come to that understanding. Cause like we did the inner work, we know our truth, but we tend to seek validation from others for that understanding. But they don't need to understand us because we already understand ourselves. Get it? And that was after a video I watched of KRS-One, because I opened the book and that quote that I read, it related to what I had just saw in the video. Right. So it was like, ever since then, I just been reflecting on different things, like, because I be sharing
see and hear about.
Yeah, like, because like with us ingesting all of this information on social media, it got to come out somehow. And that's how you develop your voice. That's how you open up and you start to see what you're passionate about and what you love. Like, and it all comes with time. It ain't something like you gonna know like this. Like you may, like right now, like, and I say this often, like we may think that our purpose is to do this amazing, great thing. Maybe our purpose was to have this conversation.
It was probably. Cause you know I got a lot of things on my chest.
As you should.
Shit.
But hold on, I'm gonna get you one more question. Let's see. I'm gonna ask you this. Ooh, what role does reconciliation and healing play in?
I don't even know that word. Huh?
You see, I just picked the question. It wasn't like I knew what I was reading. That's athletes. You give entrepreneur. How do you plan to stay adaptable and open to new opportunities as you evolve? I ain't gonna just say as your business evolves, as you evolve.
You always have to be able to learn. You have to always be able to let somebody teach you something. And like I said, opinions don't matter, but it's always good, you know, just to see what's on somebody's brain. Read them. So you can know how to read yourself.
For sure. So if you could give a message to your future self, future self, younger self, whoever watching on the other side of this video,
Just
what
give
would you
me,
say?
just give me a person.
If you could give a message to your future self watching this video later on, what would you say?
Hey, girl. I am so proud of you. You've been through hell and back. Goddamn. But you got on your shit. You got on your own ass. You stopped all that fuck shit.
Ain't legit the shit.
Yeah. You got on your Zoom. You was focused. Like, now look at you. Like, look at you now. They can't come into the club with me. You great. Keep being great. Don't let nobody stop your shine. Now, fuck them motherfuckers in the back. Because they want to be in the front with you.
For sure. So, remind the people who you are and where to find you.
It's Jazzy Gates. You can find me on all platforms. Jazzy Gates everywhere. JASZYGATES. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I don't really be on Twitter like that. No. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Find me, Jazzy Gates, on all platforms. I'm gonna have a new name by the time this video is,
Interesting.
But my name is Jazzy Gates. But so I'm finna switch up. Future self.
For sure. And we are out of here.